Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So it's a little later in the evening today. It's a lot cooler, and I did forget to freeze my flexi-freeze vest, so I don't have it. So it's like 88 degrees. It's not the 93 in the sun like it was the last couple of videos. But what is odd right now is it's dead calm. It's probably an hour before sunset, and there is very few bees flying. So that tells me the nectar flow has slowed way down, which is a sad thing. But today what we're gonna do, I'm going to go into Hive 5, and that's the combine with the screen and the laying workers. And they've been that way, I think over 3 weeks now, which I could have done this a lot sooner, but just haven't been able to get to it. But it's time to combine them, and I'm going to do this a little different than I did on Hive 1. Hive 1, I went ahead and condensed it down to 2 deeps. I'm going to just leave this 3 deeps the way it is, pull that screen out of there, and shut their top entrance. So they'll have to go down through the bottom 2 deeps to do what they need to do. And they can acclimate to each other that way a little bit more and be a little safer on that queen. Just a different variation of that. So we're going to get that done, and then I'm going to go into Hive 4 right next to it. They actually superseded a queen. They did a good thing. So it had a blue marked queen in there. I had reduced that hive down, and it just was dwindling, and I didn't mess with it, and they actually superseded, and I didn't even notice. I went in and checked it a couple days ago, and there's a brand new queen in there. So how about that? Something good happened all by themselves. Bees know what they're doing sometimes. So we'll get in there, and I'm gonna try and mark that queen with my 4-handed queen catcher and give that a shot. So don't have a lot of sunlight here, so let's get going. Oh, one other thing, I brought my feeder down here, and I brought about 5 or 6 frame feeders. So I expanded all of my nukes are single deeps now, and I want to put a frame feeder in there and get rid of that top feeder because the nectar flow is slowing down, and there's nothing, some of them don't have a whole lot to eat and a whole lot of population, so we need to help them out so they don't starve out. Now let's get going. Okay, here's Hive 5. I want to give them just a little bit of smoke, and I'm going to give them some up here too. So this top box was our smaller hive or nucleus hive that we put into this 10 frame box here, and it has the entrances I can close off, and it's got a screen in here that keeps the bees from the bottom laying worker area and all the drones from interacting with the ones up here. However, they can touch through the screen, and they can pass the queen pheromone down. So the bees down here now should think they're queen right and accept this queen. So I have duct tape on here because this single screen is open on the sides. It's really meant for ventilation and not doing this type of thing. I see bees peeking out there on the side. So I'm just going to set this box aside, and I'll shut their entrance and take that screen out. Then I will put it right back on here. I don't have my hive stand over here, so I'm just going to use this inner cover here to set that box on. They put some propolis down on here. There, see those little propolis nodules? So it's stuck down with the wire. So that's a number 8 wire that bees can't get through. You could make one of those yourself pretty easy. I just happen to have that, so that's what I used. So these bees here on top are bees from the top part. So we'll just knock them down in there. We'll take a quick peek in here and see what it looks like. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up for now so those bees can go on back in. Not a lot of bees up there, about 2 frames worth. So this was a nuke that I combined. In fact, I believe it was the micro swarm queen. So we got us a frame feeder in here and it's empty. Queen's laying, we've got brood here. It's not a bad looking pattern. The bees in the middle have emerged, that's why it's empty down in here. We need to mark her if I haven't already, since we're marking queens. More brood. More brood. Oh, this frame here's laid up nice. Look at that. So this was a little swarm queen. It looks like we may not find her. Oh, I see her. And I have marked her already. She's on this frame right here. Right there she is. Kind of a small queen, but she's a laying. We'll take it. So that's a nectar frame. That smoke runner over there. Normally she'd be on one of these two. That smoke came in right there, blew it right on these 2 frames. So we'll top off this, or put some nectar in this frame feeder here. Got my handy dandy little nectar hauler. This time I mixed the mix inside the tank here instead of 5-gallon buckets. Didn't work out as well as I thought, so I'm not going to do that again. I don't think I got it mixed real good. So I'm going to fill this about half full, and it's got little floaty sticks in there. There we go. And the hook on this thing, it fits perfect on your hive. Okay, we'll get this covered up, and I'm going to shut that entrance. Door shutting, ladies. Ka-chunk. Okay, that takes care of this for now. So they should acclimate real fast like that. So maybe the next time in a couple days, then I will take out my empty frames and combine this down into 2 deeps. So that'll be the next step. So let's get into hive 4 and find that queen and get her marked. Boy, there is no air down here. It is dead calm, which is weird for Oklahoma. Usually the wind's blowing like crazy. But yeah, the sweat is just rolling off of me. We'll call this the good hive, because they requeen by themselves. I don't have my Jethro belt on, so hopefully I don't fly up my bee suit here. Got a frame feeder in here. So there's a little bit of shiny nectar on this frame and a little bit of capped honey. And And this is capped. I think that's probably old honey left from last year, because this hive has not done a lot of foraging. All they've done is go backwards. So let's get our, I call it the four-handed queen catcher. It's a one-handed queen catcher. And actually works pretty good once you figure out, you know, how to really work it and get efficient at it. So you get your queen under here with that little plunger up like that. And then when you get this on top of your queen, you slide the little door shut. And I always wait till she climbs up on the wall before I slide this thing under, because I don't want to chop off any legs. And that's just something I figured out to do. Don't want to cripple your queen. Spotty nectar in here. Same here. It's getting dark faster than I thought it would. Maybe that's why I didn't see as many bees flying, because it's later in the evening than I really realized. We got us, it looks like a queen cell right there, but I think it's not any good. That frame there, by the way, was full of eggs and larvae. Full laid up brood frame there. Both sides. These look like swarm cells here, but they're not. It's just some little burr comb hanging down. Well, shoot. If she's not on this next frame, I've missed her. Oh, here's a fresh laid frame, so I bet she's on here. Do not see her. See, that's a laid up fresh larva right in there, and they're just starting to cap them. Very seldom do you find them on these outside frames, but it's not unheard of. It's usually a nectar frame. Yeah, it's all nectar. And I don't see her there. Gosh, I missed her. Okay. Running through them again. One good thing about this hive, they are nice and calm. They're not all up in my face. That's the kind of bees we like. They are getting a little grumpy though. And you know, I didn't pull that first frame before. Possible she was on that. Man, this frame looks good. Like, she ought to be on that right now. It's a newly drawn out comb, and lots of eggs, lots of larvae, lots of open cells out on the edge. Well, good grief. If I didn't know better, I'd say there wasn't a queen in here. I'll be darned. Surely she wasn't on this. I'm getting rid of this frame right here. It's too tight to fit. Actually, I'm going to leave that one. That's got some honey on it. Gosh, this one does too. Maybe I can. Not on the lid. Not on the lid. Well, folks, it ain't happening today, not tonight. I'm gonna give them a little bit of nectar. Well, bummer. So, man, I know she's in there. I can't figure out why I couldn't find her. Maybe she's out hanging out on the front porch. I don't know, but we need to find her, get her marked. It's just not going to happen tonight. That's weird. But we know she's there. We saw fresh eggs, larvae, and evidence she's been in there within the last, 2 days, because I saw fresh laid eggs that aren't hatched out yet into the larva. So she's in there somewhere. That is just really weird. Anyway, give me a thumbs up anyway if you would. We'll end the video here. Hope it was informational somewhat, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.